been a lot going on in New York lately. Rising costs, safety concerns, service cuts, and now a pretty controversial election results that has a lot of people asking, what direction is the city actually heading? When you stack all that together, it's no surprise New Yorkers are quietly looking at states they never would have considered before. One of those places is Oklahoma. Let's talk about why. Hey, I'm Tom Ostasek. Most people online know me as TULSATOM. My channel is here to help anyone who's curious about life in the Tulsa area or thinking about relocating. I work with a lot of families coming from the East Coast, and the conversations lately have all had the same theme. The news in New York is making people rethink everything. Before we get into the details, tell me in the comments what's your biggest thing in New York right now that would push you to explore moving somewhere else. Let's start with the headline everyone's talking about, the recent election. Anytime a candidate wins who's seen as polarizing or unpredictable, people feel uncertain. Some folks worry about the changes in policies, taxes, safety, business regulations, or the general direction of the city. Others simply feel like their values don't line up with the leadership anymore. That's on top of the steady rise in living costs, concerns around public safety in certain areas, the ongoing issues with public transit reliability, and the city juggling budget challenges. For everyday people, it's not one single moment. It's the combination of everything happening at once. It creates that feeling of, is life here getting better, or am I just paying more to get less? If you've lived there, would this recent election make you rethink your long-term plan? So why people are leaving New York? The migration data has been showing the trend for a while now. More New Yorkers are leaving than almost any other state. And while many head to places like Florida, Texas, and the Carolinas, a growing number are looking for something more affordable and predictable, which is where Oklahoma enters the picture. Let's be honest, cost drives most of these decisions. Housing, property taxes, utilities, insurance, childcare. New York is at a completely different price range than what you'll find here in Oklahoma. Here's a question people usually ask themselves. What would my life look like if my housing costs dropped by $1,000 or more every month? It changes everything. Your stress level, your current savings, your lifestyle. Here are some things people from New York bring up the most. Affordability. The difference is unbelievable. Homes are cheaper, property taxes are reasonable, and everyday expenses are lower. The space and the lifestyle. You get more home for your money, bigger yards, quiet neighborhoods, shorter commutes, and actually breathing room. These are things New Yorkers don't even realize they're missing until they see it. The quality of life. Suburbs like Bixby and Jenks and Broken Arrow have some of the top-ranked schools in the state. Tulsa keeps investing in parks, trails, and entertainment, and the Gathering Place alone surprises people who assumed we're behind in times. A calmer place, there's less noise, there's less stress, less urgency. People tell me they feel healthier here, mentally and financially. If you're from New York, does that sound like a relief, or does it feel like too big of a shift? So here are some stories from former New Yorkers. My favorite part is hearing how people settle in after the move. I've heard things like, I feel like I got years of my life back. My mortgage is less than my old rent. My commute is 15 minutes, and it feels unreal. I used to commute for an hour and a half. Why didn't I think we'd like it here? Now we don't want to leave. These are real reactions. Not everyone imagines themselves loving Oklahoma, but once they're here, many of them do. So what are the trade-offs? To keep it honest, Oklahoma isn't New York. You won't have the same access to late night options, the transit system is limited, the culture is just different. The pace is slower, and that takes a little adjusting. For some, the best part For others, it's something to consider. If you moved from New York, what would be the toughest thing to adjust to? So who does Oklahoma really work for? The people who tend to thrive here are remote workers, families wanting more space, retirees looking to stretch their money, people who want to build wealth instead of living paycheck to paycheck, anyone tired of the stress and unpredictability of the big city life. If you're in New York and feeling unsure about the direction things are headed, whether because of the recent election or the bigger picture, you're not alone. A lot of people are weighing the same questions. Whenever you're ready to explore Tulsa, or even just talk through what life here actually feels like, I'm here as a resource. Drop a comment, reach out, or subscribe if you want more videos about what living in Oklahoma is really like. My name's Tom Ostasic. I'm a full-time realtor here to help you explore what life in Tulsa will be like. Thanks for checking out my channel. Reach out if you need me, and we'll catch you next time.